Hi there, this is Jenny and welcome to Career Seekers. We help unemployed people get back to work. If you enjoy this video, please like and share with your friends.
How to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Now let's talk about LinkedIn first. LinkedIn recruiting is already a massive trend and it's rapidly growing. Reports have shown that interactions between recruiters and members have increased by 40% over the past 2 years. In fact, in 2018, more than 31% of all hires were proactively sourced. 10 things that you must do. Now, what we're talking about is how to make your profile more relevant to LinkedIn. What I mean by that is that LinkedIn will score your profile based on how relevant it is when a recruiter does a search. The higher score you get, the higher relevancy, then the higher up your profile will show up on the search. If it's ranked higher, more people see it. The more people see it that are looking for someone to hire, the better your chances are. So number one, you've got to have a nice background picture that's not intrusive. Please, no cats, etc. Keep it professional, nice and simple. You need a profile picture with a professional headshot with a simple smile. Nothing goofy, nothing silly, a professional looking headshot. You need a headline. Now this is your elevator pitch. You need to explain in one sentence what you have to offer so that whoever's looking at your profile will see it and then nod. Your education and industry plus personal information needs to be there. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people leaving out their zip code because they're open to relocation. If you do that, I guarantee your profile will rank lower. Put your zip code in there. You need a summary section. Tell a story about your target market. What is their pain? And talk directly to them. How can you solve your problem or their problem? You need at least 2 past positions and at least one of them needs to be current position with a description. Now, if you're out of work, then just put currently exploring new opportunities and put something there, but don't leave that part blank or you'll rank lower. You need to mention your skills, minimum of 3, and don't get cute here, but skills that your target market, your target employer is going to be looking for. You need endorsements. Now, if you don't have any endorsements, make sure you give endorsements to others, but ask your friends and colleagues to endorse you. Now, the reality is the recruiters aren't going to pay that much attention to your endorsements, but by having them, it helps your profile score higher because the recruiter may not pay attention, but LinkedIn does. You need at least 1 article on LinkedIn Pulse. Now this is a lot simpler than it sounds. You might already have something and not realize it. Right when you open LinkedIn, there's a little section for writing something. If you write a little bit longer article, and if you're not good at writing, then curate an article. In other words, write something and quote a bunch of others. Just make sure that you mention who you're quoting from, just by having something there. And I don't care if nobody reads it other than a few friends and family members. Just the fact that you have an article will mean that your profile will score higher. Ideally, if you can write about something that is going to be of interest to employers in your field, so much the better. Again, not that you really need them to read it, just that you want LinkedIn to read it so your profile scores higher. You also need to make sure that you have at least 50 connections. If you don't have 50, reach out to everybody you network with, all your friends, get to 50, because less than 50 and you will score lower. Now, I mentioned about don't get cute. The mistake some people make, they're working, everything's fine, and they never imagine they're going to be looking for a job. And then they want to be funny. So they throw some silly stuff. Here's something I took from a profile, dangerous drugs, and just putting silly stuff like that on there can cause a recruiter to close your profile and move on to the next. Assume the worst about your humor, assume the worst interpretation, get rid of any of that. Don't give anybody a reason not to hire you. And here's some more: money laundering, data manipulation, unfair competition, and this one, lap dancing, sex therapy, pole dancing. Do you really want that on your, when you put that on your resume? If not, take it off of your LinkedIn profile. What your goal is to have an all-star profile. Now, nobody else sees that except for you. So if you go to your dashboard, look at your profile on the top right-hand corner, if it says all-star, that means you have an all-star profile. So if you have that, you'll show up in more searches. You follow all 10 of those points that I gave you, and it will show up even higher. And again, your article doesn't need to be anything special, just something on there so it helps you rank higher. As I said before, ask your friends to endorse you, and make sure you have at least 50 connections. Now, some pro tips to make your headline stand out. Go to lingogem.com and you can get a fancy text generation. The reason why you want this is on your headline, if it sticks out, then more people will see it. So it's a great way to just draw a little bit more attention. So every time you write a post, your headline will look different from everyone else's. People see it, it gets you a little bit more notice. Now, it used to be a limit of 120. They've actually increased it, and if you need even more character limit, you download the LinkedIn app, and on the mobile application, you can create a longer headline than you can on the desktop application. Now, don't write more just for the sake of writing more, but if you need more, then take advantage of it. Now, get a custom URL. You don't want your name with a whole bunch of numbers next to it. Instead, go to your settings, edit your custom URL, and make something simple with your name. It's easier to remember, it's easy for people to find you. Now, you want to research companies more efficiently. Look for the companies and look for research on similar roles to yours. See who's been posting. Now, a real clever trick is that if a company, you see a couple people, they're posting a lot. If they continue to post a lot, then they're probably getting a lot of their coworkers posting a lot. Go into those discussions, contribute if you can. Let people see your name, and then if you're applying for a job there, people might remember your name. It helps you get noticed. Well, thank you for listening, and please reach out to us if you have any questions, 813-428-2409, or go to our website, careerseekers.net.
Thank you for watching our video. If you liked the video, please press like and subscribe to our channel to get more free job hunting tips to help you on your career search. Are you unemployed? If you are, you might qualify for a grant that pays for everything for you to get trained, certified, and placed in your field at no charge to you. To see if you qualify, please call 813-428-2409. If you prefer, look for the link below to schedule a time when we can call you.